Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk in depth about my two outdoor greenhouses on our balcony that I have had since July, and now since it is October I have to put inside because it's getting really cold. I want to go in depth into having them, recommendations or the things that I will change next year when putting them outside again, how you can get them, why you should get them, and all in this one video because I don't want to make many videos about one thing. I want to give you one and tell you everything in this one. Now, I really hope that you are enjoying my background because I hopefully made it really good because I finally have a green screen. I have a little bit of issues with the shadows, and if this is going to be here, if this shadow here is going to be here for this entire video, I'm gonna be very mad. I'm so done with this. I moved location slightly. I hope this is better. And if I can't cut out this black piece behind me that's not there, it's just a shadow, you're just gonna have to watch it the entire time. So I'm sorry about that. So I have recorded videos through time, so I'm not exactly sure which information I give in the videos and what information I need to add. So I'm just gonna tell you all the information and just gonna cut it down in the editing. So let's start from the beginning. I went to Hofer or Aldi yesterday and I got two of these greenhouses. I'm gonna be putting up this second one right now and I'm gonna show you because it's really easy and I think it's really cool. So yes, then we're gonna position them and we will see where this thing goes. We're gonna go ahead and open this up for you all. So we have a bunch of things in here. The first thing you get is this thing to put over it, and I already have one down there because I took it out and it has a really strong sense to it, so I'm just gonna put it aside for it to kind of air out. Yes, this is the guarantee. You have 16 of these small rods, 12 of these long rods, 2 of these house-like rods, 3 of these just things to connect them. Pretty useless, but we also have 4 of these little ones that you can put in the soil if you don't have any. So we also have these, I will show you later. And then we have this, which these are the sides, and you will just put it like this. So I'm just gonna take everything out. Oh, and here are the actual shells, I think that's how you say it. So I'm just gonna put this box away and I'm gonna get going. So what I found works best is that you just take 3 of these rods and push them into each one of these, and you have to make sure that it's in there, and then you take another one and then you put it on top, aligning all the holes like so. But then I just to make sure they're fully there. So this is one shelf, okay? They're pretty big size and that's really great. Repeat that 3 more times. So now we have 4 of these right here. They're super lightweight though. This is really light, okay? And we also have these left. What do we do with these, you might ask? You actually put them on top, and I'll show you that in a second. So you take one shelf at a time. You take these, and 4 at a time, you just put them here. And then you take another shelf. Take another shelf and put it right on top of this one. So it's perfect. Look, super simple. I'm just gonna say right now that putting these two greenhouses together is always such a fun process, and I say always because I've done it many times already. It's like a puzzle, but it's fun. And now you take these two and you just find the holes on the both sides and you just put those in. This is very stable one pressed correctly, but that's not the end yet, okay? Due to instructions, you have to take these 3 little bars, and there is these little holes on top of this that you need to put this right in. They don't do anything, they easily fall out, so I don't know why that's for, but if it says so in instructions, I'm gonna do it. Easy. Now you might think these are just gonna fall out. They would if I wouldn't use these. So there are little things like this that you can just put them like so. They clip onto the side and then they hold these shelves down for you. Now you might think, what are these for? Well, in this plastic that you put over it, there's a little holes in the bottom that you can push this in, but push it in the soil because we don't have any soil here. We're not going to be using these. Open the door. Now take this off. Now I'm just gonna go ahead. It's actually not that quality. I'm gonna say it. Now the plastic isn't very thick or something, but it was 15 euros and it's doing fine. It's literally doing so amazing. And before you close the door, there is this little, you won't be able to see, there's this little things that you can go ahead and just close onto here and it won't go off. So this is one, easy, super light, and I'm gonna do the other one and then we're gonna see how to position them. Okay, so I wanted to show you that I did a little something to the second one to customize it. So I left one space here and I put 2 of the shelves on this one and I have double supporting right here. So we have 1, 2, 3 shelves and this one has a ton of space. Why, you might ask? Because I probably have some plants with moss balls in here and they, as you can see, the door is only here, right? So if I try to put plants in there, they only open so much. As you can see, this is not a lot of space. I can't put them in like that. So I just went ahead and left everything open here. And yes, I'm just gonna cover it up now. Cover it up. Okay, so another thing that I'm gonna customize on this is just, you see these rods that are supposed to support this? They fall out. So what I wanna do is, I wanna take these tweezers and I just want to go ahead and bend it so it's like this instead of this. You see the difference? And that will actually help to keep the roof together. So it's a little bit harder to put it on the right place because of that, but that's fine. They don't fall out, which is perfect. Okay, I have really good news. So we positioned them. This is one, and it's next to this wall and this inner wall. And then the second one is in the same position from the other side of the balcony. So it's like, can I show you like that? A little bit. But again, this one has a bunch of space here, and it's most of the time. So sun goes like from there and then up. Most of the time this is in shade, which is great. And then this one, it's also in the shade a lot of the time, but we're gonna get it working, okay? Now the second thing I want to just do first is put all my pots and soil in the bottom part of this one, so I can have this one full with plants. And yes, this is when I'm gonna in a time lapse. I only have 2 shelves left here, but I also have 3 more shelves in the other one, so that's really good. I have this very sad anthurium right here that I only bought because there was a few variegated leaves, a few, variegated plants in there, but I repotted it the same day I got it. It's kind of dying. I don't really care because it's worthless, but it's special, very special variegation. It's chocolate variegated, and it is very rare. The first plant going in here is Anthurium andrianum. You know what I was talking about, that there isn't enough space here? Look, how am I supposed to? Okay, it has space in there, but that's about it. I'm so excited. Okay. So I just put a thermometer in the top. So as we know, the hot air goes up and I will be able to see the highest temperatures. And I'm gonna be checking this, you know, every few hours maybe, or even less. Now it's on 25, I think. But yes, that's it. Oh, I have no more space to record on my phone. Okay. In Slovenia, weather is not perfect to have your plants outside. And because this Slovenian weather, I was thinking like, okay, I can get the greenhouses, but how do I put them outside without killing the plants? Because in the summer it gets too hot and in the winter it gets too cold. So the humidity issue was solved, but then the temperature one was not. You know what I said? That's a problem for then. And we are currently in the time when this is a problem, and we're gonna get to that later slightly. Basically, the location of our balcony is like northeast facing balcony. We have a little thing that's closing it that you don't like fall off. And then that's it. So it is still pretty closed. So that was really good because there's not that much wind, and even if there's a really bad storm, you know, as I saw later, storms don't really do much. These greenhouses are pretty like large at their base, so they don't just topple over. I was really afraid of that. So it's it looks horrible outside. I don't know why this is like this, but it's been like that throughout the night, and it's going to be like this all day long. But if my greenhouses survive this, then I think they're fine for anything, because this is horrible. It's literally the worst we've had in so long. So later pretty soon I realized that I have to add a curtain outside, because if I don't, the sun is going to burn my plants to ashes, and I experienced that also. Shut up, bird. I have to record this part very quickly because the sun went away and it's going to get dark now, and also I don't have space on my phone, but let's get to it. So I bought I bought 2 shower curtains, and I bought these hangers, and we also got some rope, and we actually put little things up here so I can put the rope, and then in the morning I can just put these curtains, so it won't burn my plants, and this is literally so important. So I'm just gonna do it really quickly. Paid about 30 euros for these both curtains and the little things. So if you wanted to know, if you cared, this is how they look like. They have more dark on the bottom, but that's fine. They are 1 meter and 50 by 200 centimeters. These are from Yisk. Okay, we got one, and we have to do the other one. Just gonna tie one end on top. So I went ahead and I did a bunch of knots. Another side left. These are not very heavy, although they might look very heavy, they really aren't. But now I'm also gonna get you to the other side and just show you kind of what's going on. So there's a lot of rope extra right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and go there again and pull some more, and I'm gonna be right back. Amazing. Okay. Okay. That's amazing. And that was the overexposure of the sun. Also checked, and that's not a problem anymore. So now I'm gonna get into the problems I have had and basically how I solved them. So, first problem was the absolute hell because the sun was hitting the plants directly for about 5 hours before noon. So that was a huge problem, and the results of that were completely blackened and brown and just burnt leaves. Not a fun experience, would not recommend, especially if you have some expensive plants. This problem was fixed when I put up the curtains. That arose a new problem of me having to like open the curtains when like in the afternoon if I wanted more sun to come in, but then close them in the evening because I didn't want it to get burned by the sun in the morning. The second problem I had was some plants completely root rotting. Now that is on me. I took the plants from inside with this soil and put them into hugely increased humidity, which means the soil does not dry out, like almost never, and that means that the roots are obviously going to rot. This has a very easy fix, however, it's not always possible. So before you put the plant outside, you repot it into a new potting mix made of mostly orchid bark, perlite, and some soil. This will prevent the roots from being drowned to death basically, and they didn't get the oxygen in such a mushy soil. I was really sad when I was going to repot this very, very beautiful philodendron Nero. I've had it outside for some time and it was growing amazingly. And then when I looked at the roots, they were almost fully gone. What I did was I chopped it up and I put the top cutting directly into new orchid bark and soil mix. When I tell you this plant just blew off, like it's growing amazingly. This is a picture of it now, and it did amazing. So the third problem was overheating. If you were walking outside in the middle of the day, the summer heat was from about 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, which is extremely hot. But imagine greenhouse affecting that temperature by keeping it all in. And all the sun just adding on, just add on. So this week it's been quite hot, so the temperature in the greenhouse is about 37 degrees Celsius, which is too much. So like tropical plants like this can handle maybe to 35-ish, but I'm just gonna kind of air out the greenhouse. If I put my hand, oh my god, it's horrible. Oh my god, it's horrible. But keep in mind the humidity in here is like 90% or 80, I don't know. So they are doing fine, don't worry, but I have to air it out a little bit. But it's very pretty, it's very nice. The temperature in the greenhouse reached about 50 degrees Celsius at some point, and I've had problems with stuff starting to really droop because this is the fourth problem. I was not exactly aware of how often I should water, so some things were drying out while the others were doing just perfectly fine with the humidity and not water in their soil. How do you fix this? In the middle of the heat, I had to go out in the middle of the day, open both the greenhouses and let the air kind of move around so the temperature dropped for like, I don't know, 5 to 10 degrees. And that's kind of what I did. I had summer break, so I could do that, but I wouldn't be able to do this while I am going to school, so that's not a perfect solution. What also helped was that the curtains were down for most of the day, which dropped down the temperature a lot because they're pretty dark curtains. And that kind of solved it. And then as we got to the end of the summer, it kind of, it wasn't necessary anymore. And the fifth problem that I can remember off at this moment was that on the bottom of our balcony, there is not like tiled floor. There is this linoleum or whatever, I don't know how to call it, but it's like laguma. It's some kind of plastic, okay? And at some point when I tried to move the greenhouse like from one side of the balcony to another, which by the way is not very easy because the plants are really heavy, I noticed that there was a bunch of mold on the bottom, so on the floor, which I don't have a solution for. I guess if you have some kind of, I don't know, glass, just a big glass piece or something that does not mold or you can clean off easily, put that on the floor to protect them. But I didn't do that, and that's kind of it. This is all the problems I can remember at the moment. It is October, and the temperatures in the night started getting down to almost like 0 degrees, which is so weird because one day there is like 15 degrees in the morning, and the other day it's like 5. So you don't know what to expect. The very quick fix that I have for this is to throw like how do you call the thing that you put over your table so you don't eat on your table when it's like exposed? I don't know. I put that over the entire thing and I clipped it down with some laundry clips. So that did something. And then when it got even colder, I put some old towels like over the greenhouse, which I have to say kept a few degrees more inside than it did, it was outside. Also, outside, it is very, very windy in the evening sometimes, and I have the curtain down so it's stopping the wind. I have a wall from one side, and then I have the old towels like over the top. So that is keeping them fine so far. But like one by one, I'm starting to like put them either in my room, but most of them I'm going to just transfer to my dad's attic, which you can also see here. Hello! We are at a loft. We are uh at the attic. So there's a basement and there's an attic. Okay, just rehearsing the terms. Attic, and we're going to actually put up this greenhouse again. So I did not record it, but on my balcony, I took this one completely apart and I'm going to put it up here because outside it's too cold, and then in my room I don't have space, obviously. And actually, because I saw there's like water and there was like mold starting to become like on the floor when this greenhouse was on my balcony, I'm going to put glass tiles on the floor because y'all already know the drill. So I'm just gonna get started and I'm gonna speed this video up quite a lot. So yeah. I know that in winter, things are not gonna do as well. Things are gonna be cold, things are gonna die, and by things I mean plants, of course. But like, they're gonna die, some of them I think. So it really depends, of course. But I am very scared of what winter might bring us. Where I'm standing right now is where the opening is going to be because I have nothing here. This is completely random, but because I have a little bit of time to talk to you. But now that I'm starting to post, I've been getting a little bit, like a slightly, not really hate. There's been like twice that I've been walking around the school and somebody was like, DJ episodes! And I'm like, who are you? I did not see who that was. If that was you and you're watching this video, thank you for participating, thank you for being a fan. And this is your shout out, yeah. And yeah, I was actually thinking like, oh my god, what if I make like a joke and I change my name to like DJ episode? That would be kind of funny. Like, it would be off-brand as hell, but it would be funny. And then I was like, you know what, never mind, let's not do that. So I didn't. Oh. So this is going to wait for me to actually bring plants here. But yeah, I will talk to you at that point. Today is the day when I will take a few boxes and I will take plants and I will get them to the attic. So this is gonna be a little bit stressful. First of all, let's take these off. It's been raining a lot, so it's a little bit wet on the floor, but that's fine. These are just to protect from the horrible coldness. Um, I'm just gonna get into it. You already know what's happening. Oh my god, look at this. Look at it. Oh. No. These aerials, oh my god. Wow, it's winter. Almost. It's almost winter and this is growing like crazy. That's crazy. But then this one, ooh, that's cute. That's really cute. Wow, wow, wow. Again, look at this. Did I break? No, I didn't. Okay. This is so beautiful. Oh my god. This begonia. Oh, finally, two new leaves. The two ones in the front are new. Oh my god. This guy has really pretty roots and this is a really pretty one, so I'm just gonna keep it in here for now. So this is box number 1 with some smaller plants in here. And then this one, I'm also gonna put the top like this one, and then the other one in the back, and then the big one. I don't know how exactly we're gonna do that, but I'm supposed to get like another box today, I hope. So yeah. And after that, it's mostly these small things on the bottom that aren't really that special that I'm gonna keep here for a little longer, and that's kind of it. Then it's almost empty. Damn, this is crazy. What I have learned is that these plants can take anywhere from like 5 to 50 degrees Celsius. They're not gonna thrive in both of these high and low temperatures, but they survived. Like most of them did just fine, and I was so surprised when I walked outside one of these mornings and it was like 5 degrees, and I was like, how are these plants looking absolutely perfect? Because I researched, and you're supposed to have around 15 degrees Celsius, at least 15 degrees Celsius, or the plants will just decline. These did not. Now we have it figured out for the winter. In the spring, when it's going to get hot enough outside, I'm starting to bring them back to my balcony. Now, there's going to be some things that I will change, and there's going to be some things that I want to do this year differently than I did last year. So I'm gonna go through them right now, and if you will have a greenhouse of yourself, you definitely should do these improvements just so your plants are feeling even happier. As I mentioned before, I'm only gonna be using very chunky soil with any plant that I have in there. I also had like one bin of just leca plants, so I had a bunch of fertilized water and then just leca plants like in it. I also have to change that water out quite a lot because it gets algae, but that's what I will be doing, just using better soil. I will buy better protection from the sun because this did fine, but it could do better if I had, better materials on hand, but I just didn't. So I want to do that this year. I need to work on frequent watering, especially in the summer. I had things dry out almost completely. I lost a few leaves because of that, they just shriveled up. And also this year I have to make sure that there is never direct sunlight on the leaves, even for like half an hour, because they immediately start like crisping up and dying, and you have no idea until you've seen it. Like, it's crazy. Then I want to install meters. I mean just temperature and hydrometers. I need to have better information of how many degrees there are in there, and also percentage of humidity in there. That will be fine for me to know, because then I can also compare it to inside, and just want to buy some meters, I want to use the ability of the greenhouse to keep the humidity so much more. I want to use more moss poles in my greenhouses next year, because moss balls do wonders, but you have to water them all the time and that's annoying. But in the greenhouse, you don't have to water them. They're always wet. So that's really good. Obvious thing is I want to have more plants. As I have seen this year, these greenhouses do wonders with your plants and you had no idea they can grow so amazing and so fast if you had them inside. So I want to buy definitely more species, and I want to buy some like wishlist plants. Maybe some velvet things that are not growing in here but would do amazing outside, because just having the plant is really good. Also, they are amazing for propagations. They are just, oh, lovely, lovely, I'm telling you. And to round it all up, because this video is pretty long, as I can see I've been recording for like half an hour, to give you my final opinion on the greenhouses, they are 100% worth it. Your plants go really fast, amazing. They grow amazing aerial roots. They just, like, philodendrons go crazy in there. There is no stuck leaves. Well, I had one with Pink Princess, but they do that always. You don't have stuck leaves with like other plants. You have amazing conditions for them. The humidity truly does wonders that you haven't seen before, really. And they are so cheap, they are so worth your money. If you have some kind of space that you could use for that, I 100% recommend it. Whatever questions you have, you can leave them down in the description, and if there will be enough for a whole video, I could also do that. With that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to put in as much as information. Oh my god. With that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to put in as much information as I could. And if you have any video requests, any comments, please leave them down in the description. If you liked it, like it and subscribe, of course. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.